Hey guys, my name is Alyssa, and I'm just going to do a short, simple video on what the MCIC, Midheaven, medium, God, they should just make those words easier to pronounce. Am I a whack job? Yes. Why do you like me? Some of you don't. In your chart, which in Western astrology will always be related to a circle, you have this cross in the middle of your circle. If I do this fast enough, see it? And this cross, one side on your horizontal line is your ascendant, and that is your persona that you give off. Now the other side is your descendant. So your ascendant, your descendant, which is your shadow side, the part that hides things. So any planet that you have on your descendant side is possibly hidden in the shadows of your descendant. Anything on your ascendant is brightly shining for all who know you. Okay, and that would be the first house cusp and the seventh house cusp. The MC then, which is this vertical line in your chart, sometimes it's like this, depending. It's always going to be going north to south, even if it's a little bit northeast, southwest, opposite. Your midheaven then is your public persona, and then your IC in the direct bottom, which will always be in the opposite sign as your MC, will be your inner world, your home world, because the IC cusps your fourth house, which is the house of home. And it's also a very spiritual house. It's a fated house. It's a water house. Your MC is in at your 10th house, which is the house ruled by Capricorn and Saturn. It's the public persona house. Sorry, I just coughed. I look like I'm crying. I'm a little sick. What is your public persona? Now, there are a few things, and I think since with the arrival of the internet age, your MC is the way that you act on the internet. I think a lot of people who spend a lot of time on the internet oftentimes have a Pisces, Cancer, Virgo ascendant, something that is going to keep them very quiet and observing. They might have then a fire midheaven, something that in this public persona, they go on stage and they are just ruthless or exciting. They can say whatever's on their mind. Maybe they have an air midheaven and they're just like huge communicators. I myself have a Pisces rising and my midheaven's in Sagittarius. What you see here is a Sagittarius midheaven, because my friends, my closest friends, the people that really know me, know that I'm very introverted. Not very introverted. I like to crawl in my little hole and leave a mess of things around me that I never have to move unless I have to get up and pee. That's my life. Though on videos, I think people naturally assume that I'm very outgoing and love to talk about everything and have like a really wacky personality. Anyway, that's my Sagittarius. Anyone who makes videos is going to tap into their midheaven. Anybody on Facebook that writes a status is tapping into their midheaven. My husband has an Aries ascendant. If it was his ascendant that gave him his internet persona, he would be all over the place on Facebook. But he has a Capricorn midheaven. He doesn't give a fuck about Facebook. He hardly ever updates unless it's something really boring about sports. I have a Sagittarius midheaven, and so I only want to tell you things if they're witty and funny and they will win me likes. I'm a status like whore. If they don't, I kind of want to delete that status because it wasn't worth my while. My friend Penny, she's got a Gemini midheaven. It's an air. She's a talker on the internet. When she updates her Facebook status, she updates long books about things that she's doing, things that she's feeling, all this stuff, like a Gemini would. Now I want to say my stepdaughter, she has a Cancer midheaven. And I've had her do videos before, and it's so funny because she has a Libra ascendant. And so in person, right, she comes at me and she is so like talking and has this attitude and smiles, and I'm a charmer and I'm a Libra ascendant, blah, blah, blah. And you put her in front of a camera and she's just like, I can't talk. I don't know. I want to. I know I really want to be on here. Her Cancer persona is this public psychic sponge, right? Because when you have a water midheaven, you're naturally going to soak in a lot more of what's going on in the public, and you're going to be a lot more worried when you step out into public what people think of you. Lindsay Lohan and Britney Spears both have water midheavens. They've had bigger public breakdowns because their public image is in water. There's not this earth stability to it. It's not this fire, I don't really give a fuck. And it's not this air, I'm just going to talk my way out of it, and I know exactly what to say to them. There's a plus side and a negative side to every different element with your midheaven. That would be the downside to the water. But the upside to the water is the ability to soak in everything and to really please your earth, I see. Because the midheaven, your MC, needs to please your IC. And they're oppositions, but they both are innately you. So, if you have a Cancer midheaven, your IC is Capricorn. What does Capricorn want? Power and recognition. How is that Capricorn going to get it? Through soaking up everybody's ideas, observations, everything else. You're going to be a psychic sponge, and they're going to be able to rise, and it's going to please their Capricorn IC. So now that we're over here with their Capricorn IC, say I have a fire midheaven. This gives me an air IC. So I am not going to lie. I feel very shallow. This is my inner world. This is how I relate to something. It's in Gemini. One, I'm a soul talker. I talk all the time in my head, in my own little world. And sometimes I'll even talk to myself. I talk to myself out loud. Like right now. No one's fucking here. Well, Apollo's over there, but he's looking out the window. No one's here. This is me. People with the air IC are going to feel a little bit shallow because this point is very strong. It's an angle that really affects your inner world. And if it falls into an air sign, it's going to feel shallow. My fire MC wants to be noticed. It wants to be seen. It needs to find a way to do that. So that IC part helps that happen by talking things out, by learning and growing and figuring out what can get me noticed. And I talk a lot of things out. Say like my husband, he has an earth midheaven. People love earth midheavens because it's your public persona. It's also the way you are at work. When you're at work and you have an earth midheaven, people want to put responsibility on you. They think that you can do everything. And they're very happy to allow you to take on whatever, and you will be promoted. How does the water IC help your earth midheaven? Now the water is going to make you very internally introverted. And so if you're an earth and the public, whatever it is, your career, the internet, your videos, whatever you do in public, they're going to put a lot of weight on you. The only way that you can really protect yourself from that weighing you down is to go home and regroup and to know that's what you have to do and to be a true introvert. You are intuitive on the inside. You're constantly dreaming and observing up ways to be able to go out and to achieve the things that you're naturally just going to easily achieve. It's very opposite of having the water midheaven versus the earth, obviously. You both are going to achieve very well, but you're going to do it in different ways. The earth midheaven was going to be achieved naturally, have to go home and regroup because it's too much for them. The water midheavens might have a hard time achieving their IC that has to push them to do it. That makes sense? The last one is the air MC and the fire IC. You're going to be innovative and talkative and, kind of rebellious in the workplace, in the public place, or on the internet. On the inside, then you have fire on the other side. That fire burning in your IC is making you quite the extrovert. Even if, say, you had a earth ascendant or a water ascendant, maybe even your sun sign is an earth or water, and you should be super introverted. You want to tell people all of the things that are going on with you, and you want to make everything this public thing because you're so burning with fire on the inside. And it gets out through your air communicative MC. That is basically your MC. It is your persona in the public eye. Everybody goes to work and feels like they put on a show. I don't think there's anybody that doesn't, because you are just a different person. But it is in your chart. You are supposed to be a different person. This protects you. It protects you. It protects your inner world by making your outer world, that public world, so different from who you are inside. A lot of times when you see a celebrity, you're going to look and see their MC every time. At your award shows, and the magazines, and their interviews. The way they're portrayed and they're projected is based all on their MC. So if a singer, you're going to see in their music videos, this is their MC. What you're going to see when you meet one of them and you get their autograph is their AC, is their ascendant. So if it's on the ascendant, it's going to be there for everybody to look at, that you come in contact with face to face, that you know, that you're friendly with. If it's on the descendant, it's your shadow side. You don't even want to look at it. If it's on the midheaven and the MC, it's going to be projected out to the world. It's going to be projected over this video. If it's on the IC, no one's going to see it except for you, and it's going to be a huge part of you. And it's going to be the part that you hide, yourself. Not that's hidden from you like your descendant, but it's going to be the part that you hold very dear. Anything in the 4th house is definitely held very dear. So if you have your sun in the 4th house, you are holding your shit together, and you don't want anybody to know what's really going on. And you don't like the way that I freely talk about myself. I have Neptune on my midheaven, which is actually kind of nice because my Pisces ascendant is ruled by Neptune. It relates the two. Sometimes what I do give you is a lot of what I give everybody else too, because of that Neptune. But it also blurs the lines. You don't really know who I am. It depends on how easy you can get through Neptune, because Neptune dilutes everything. So I'm not saying you don't know who I am. You might. Just, if you can read Neptune, you can read me. Does that make sense? Now say my friend Penny, who has her own videos, she has Mars there. It adds fire to her Gemini midheaven, and it's going to make her very quick and articulate when she's spouting out things, because it's Mars, it's passion. If you have one of your planets at the midheaven, expect everyone to see it. If you have your moon there, everybody knows who you are. People can read your brain. It's just the truth. And it's really upsetting because you come in with a bad day, you got moon on your midheaven, everybody knows. Don't even pretend to hide it, because you can't. You have moon there. Say you have your moon on your IC. Your moon's in your 4th house conjuncting your IC. It's just there for you. Nobody can read your mind. It's very protected. You're a mystery. Anyway, that's all for now. If you want more videos on your midheaven and your IC related, and you think that'd be a great series, just like this video. Write me a comment, like this video, tell me that you want that, and I will give it to you. Okay, love you, bye.